Right, here we go. All right, we are live and in color. You guys want to say? I just signed on myself here. So these pop-ups, seriously? Huh, that's gonna be a new one. Pop-ups, Brownie's arch nemesis. Arch nemesis. I'm signed in now. Right, y'all. Oh, look at that. Hey, look, it's Mini Me. Or like Launchpad in the theme song Takeover. Oh, excuse me, Mini Me. Oh boy. All right. Strange. All right. So, I guess I get this started here. Let's see who's. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that Claire has arrived. Kind of. Oh, it's Zach. Hey, what's going on, Zach, man? Oh, see, looks like you're first in here. Okay. Zach attack. Hmm. All right. So got old Zach, man. I guess. Okay. Well, I guess Claire's probably running a little late there. Thought I'd usually be the one running late here, but let's see. Oh, there we are. Okay, I think she's coming in. Yeah. Yep. Don't know if any of y'all have been seeing these lately. Two things that I've noticed happen today. There's these theme song takeovers, which I think that's been going on for a while. Kind of making me think of doing Brownie with one in the future, like a theme song takeover. Then there's word out about Darkwing Duck reboot. Your Oh, really? Hmm. Oh, dang. I know I'm taking a wild guess that you probably suggested them in just the regular chat. Yeah, they kind of get a lot of those. A lot of them chats come in. Let's say a lot of them chats. It kind of overfloods them. So which ones they get to is kind of a mystery sometimes. What's up, Claire? Well, a little bit, but not too late. Pretty. Yeah. As they say in Thomas the Tank Engine, better late than never. Yeah. Yes, boy, Glumgo had me cracking up, and then they end them with, "Oh, you violated copyright law." So like, first person came to my mind when they said that was Daddy Derek. Glumgo has violated the copyright infringement laws, and that is a major no. Speaking of Daddy Derek, there's a recent video uh, referring to Cool Cat Fights the Coronavirus where he's trying to get Your Movie Sucks to make a picture appearance in it. I have no idea what that's about. Not have his picture in the movie, and he wants Your Movie Sucks to promote the movie. And Your Movie Sucks is like, I have no idea how to truly respond to this. It's talking about the theme song takeover. Oh boy. Well, that kind of stuff. I won't say it yet, but that might be something to think about for the future, though. Yep. So, all right. So, don't want to hold up too much time before going into the book. Yep. Oh, that's way too easy. That's way too easy because they probably Team Rocket would probably just use that song of theirs to protect the world from devastation to unite all people within our nation. Something like that, and sort of mash it up with the Pokemon theme. That would pretty much be what they do. Yep. So we're gonna go right on target. Heroes of Dream, starring Brian Robinson, about to become target and partner up with Star Striker. Now we're in chapter 6, fight Star Striker. First, oh boy, ah, because I posted that video. Should have seen that one coming. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going as Derek Savage, Daddy Derek, whatever. Meanwhile, at Florida, meanwhile at Flora at her foster brother's house, Flora waited for the map on the computer to find what she was looking for. Eventually, she did it, and Flora said finally. Then she went towards the kitchen, saying, Gail, Zach, I gotta. Laura paused a minute, and with an expression of shock, as she arrived at the kitchen door, she, Gilbert, and Jack dining on a boxes of fancy chocolate le cream cookie puffs. She got so angry that she ran and took one of the empty boxes and smacked both of the boys on the head with it. Ugh. Oh, that was a very bad request now, Zachary. I can't be doing that. The delicate hardly pronounces his words right. And he's not even Scottish. And they say I'm evil. Blah! Plum gold! And he got the nerve to give me copyright infringement. I copyright infringe him. Ha ha ha! And Scrooge McDuck. Oh boy. because it because ignorant of the law is wrong. There's right and there's wrong. And there's no middle ground. And I'm milking you like a big fat cow. Oh boy. Never gets old. Okay, so oh look like we got some other people coming in there. So while we wait for the next voice suggestion. Hey, how's it going, Raven? First time in the stream here. Raven Fox. Yep. That's a good thing that I kind of do these in a mix match here. All right there. So as a little voice for Raven to welcome her in, we're gonna go with a little Jack Sparrow for this next one. What's the big idea? Asked Zach. You're smacking us like that while we were eating, said Gilbert. Maybe because Laura said in an angry but calm voice, which quickly switched to an angry shouting voice while showing the boys the box she smacked them with. You pigs were all dining on my box of fancy chocolate and le cream cookie puffs, like a doggone all-you-can-eat buffet. So what's the difference? There's plenty of chocolate cookie puffs in the cabinet, said Gilbert. I, I mean, what's the difference with that? Laura shouted louder because they're special. They're rare, and they're better than the regular chocolate cookie puff. And mind you, idiots. And I was, and as for me personally, if I would have chocolate cookie puffs, I would probably just dip them in some rum. Rum is always good with most everything. Where did the rum go? Also, why in the world would Captain Hook kidnap my baby? Oh boy. Yes. Um. If in the last stream, Raven, there was a mention of what if Captain Hook's son Harry Hook was really Jack Sparrow's son, and Captain Hook had kidnapped Harry, sort of like Jafar kidnapping Aladdin's son. A lot of kidnapping going on with the villains and descendants there. Oh boy. Yes, indeed. That's why the theory came up there. Yep. Ooh, excuse me there. Okay. And as for the next, we're reading Right on Target from the Heroes of Dream series. This is a book series that came before the comics, before all the comics that Bob Shaw got. This was the series here. To the way. Oh, the Scooby Month. Yes. That's, oh boy. The thing with the Scooby Month that has you mentioned in there, Raven. We're about and I should have this up tomorrow. Scooby Doo Cyber Chase at CJ, who was the daughter of Tinkerbell and Captain Hook. At the end of it, she ends up bringing in none other because she has fourth wall breaking abilities. She goes into she brings Guilford Godfrey in, and Guilford Godfrey is really upset that he's always cast as an annoying talking bird there. Oh yeah, he goes on a rant about it. Yes, he goes on a rant. So he's like, okay, I'll send you back to your world. Yep. And if you check out the live action Scooby reaction that came out Halloween, um there's some slight mentions to Bob Shaw where Mal's like, don't you want to be popular like Bob Shaw? And then also it reveals why Bob Shaw reviewed Descendants. You see, you see everybody. So you think that, well, you're probably thinking like, well, I suggested Bob Shaw to review Descendants for February, but how Bob Shaw got those movies was because Mal sent them to him, so he would rant and rage in the hopes of releasing Hades. Oh boy. Yes, and she does, and Claire does Mal and CJ, and a couple of the voices one of the voices I do is Audrey, and you'll be hearing me do Carlos. Oh yeah. Yes, because Audrey should sound more like this ever so much. Oh, what's this? You want Johnny Depp as Loki? Okay, ever so much. That's the way Audrey should have been instead of the mean girl. Oh boy. CJ meeting Loki, and technically that would also be pretty interesting if Mal met Loki too. They would be trying to control each other. All right, Johnny Depp as Loki. Floor. Well, this is not what I expected to come home seeing, said a voice from the kitchen doorway. Everyone looked and saw that the voice came from a tall man in a brown trench coat with a matching pants, shoes, tie, and black shirt. However, his human body was combined with the head, claws, and tail of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he was Blore, Gilbert, and Zach's boss, the dad, and the boss. He called himself Rexon. Where I go there. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's up, man? Okay, well, oh boy, I sure hope Bob Shaw. I sure hope Bob Shaw does not have that COVID. Please don't. Like I say, I hate for somebody else. Okay, and hope, yes, please get better, Bob Shaw. Please get better. Yeah, 'cause, I'm really getting. I really hate that. The fact of people getting this COVID thing. Yeah. So yes, please get better, Bob Shaw. We'll, okay. All right. Well, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining in for a little bit there, Raven. And yep, I'm pretty sure seeing you will also make him feel much better. Yes, I know I feel better when I see Christina. Yeah. All right. Oh yes. Okay. So if we scroll back up. Okay. Let's see. I think Zach. Oh yeah. Oh, about Mulan there. Huh. Was Zach? I haven't seen Mulan. Me and Brownie have not seen the live action Mulan yet, and I know there is negative talk about that, but I'm still looking forward to me and Brownie seeing it for ourselves, and I'm really hoping to like it because see, a lot of people said negative stuff about live action Aladdin and Lion King. Oh, well, well, I don't think. Well, okay. Well, like I say, hopefully he does get better. And now, and if I know Bob Shaw, Claire, if I know Bob Shaw like I know Bob Shaw, from talking with him on Skype or Zoom or whatever it is when we do the guest right, he'll probably just bust out laughing there. He'll probably bust. Yeah, he hear that he'll probably bust out laughing. The whole thing of the joke with Mal because yeah, I don't think that's gonna really hurt hurt them. And if it make them laugh, yeah, they say laughter is the best medicine. So trust me. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that wouldn't really wouldn't make them upset or anything like that. There, outside of the review. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, I did like. Yeah, I also like the live action Aladdin. Because there was a lot of stuff that they did differently that really worked. Like Will Smith playing the genie made that character still humorous but more mature. And I know Will Smith sort of put a Fresh Prince edge on it there, which was pretty cool. Um, I like live action, and even Jafar. People say they didn't really like live action Jafar. Okay, everybody got their opinion, but um, I didn't really have a problem with him as well. I mean, I can understand he's not over the top as the animated one, and I can understand people not quite liking that. But for what the way the movie was written, that Jafar worked for the way they had the movie written, though. Trying to make it more grounded there. So for its own thing, it worked there. But you know, like I say, if if a person liked the animated one better, which is totally understandable, yeah, they probably not going to be too fond of that. Live action Lion King was real good. I think the songs were really strong in Lion King. Even Akuna Matata was strong. Yes, I mean it was like I was not expecting Akuna Matata to sound as good as it did. I was like, whoa, dang, Disney, y'all really. I guess after what happened with Beauty and the Beast and Maleficent remakes, they was like, okay, we gotta step up our A game on these live action movies. It was so. I think that in my opinion, I'm hoping to think possibly toward Mulan. Like I say, not trying to change anybody else's opinion, but just to me, I just hope that I like it there. Well, like I say, like I say, you can't not. I mean, I'm not gonna try to change nobody's mind and then like that, but you know, just like anybody on YouTube, I will or me and Brownie will express ourselves. Brownie has to. Let me rub the lamp first. Let me rub the lamp. Okay. Let me show you these. This is the picture Flora getting mad at the two boys eating her chocolate cookie puffs. Fancy. And then there's Rexon, the mutant dinosaur, the T-Rex in the suit. All right, so Brownie as Aladdin. What was wait a minute. This one, hold on. Let me go back. Oh, CJ meeting Loki. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Or C. Okay, I think you also had CJ with Loki, and now I see you got CJ trolling Mal. Oh boy, CJ does quite a bit there. Well, let's have her do that, then I'll rub the lamp for Brownie. All right, so here we go. Everyone looked and saw that the voice came from a tall man in a brown trench coat with matching suit pants and a black shirt, okay, which apparently is not seen in here because the coat is over the shirt. However, his human body was combined with the head, claws, and tails of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. What? He was Flora and Gilbert that Foster's dad, and the boss called himself Rexon, which I think we just read that already. Anyway, CJ, are you trolling me? Who? Who? Me? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go after Loki right now. So, well, she started it! Exclaimed Gilbert, Zach, Gilbert and Zach, the Rexon. Only because they ate all my box of, Flora shouted back. It doesn't matter, the boys shouted again. Then Flora's anger burned up on the inside, and she smacked them again with the box really hard, knocking them out and causing lumps to form on their heads. And then Flora took a deep breath, calmed down, and said to Rexon, I'll explain about that later. But now I found a way to get that Starman project once and for all. Right. Girl. Jesse James, meow if it breaks up. Oh, I guess. Oh, like Giovanni. Yeah, get Jesse James, Melvin, and Giovanni. Hmm. Funny thing, when I actually made the Rexon character, my mind was actually thinking of Megatron from Beast Wars voice wise because of the fact he was a T Rex. Yes. For the kids, um, I'm trying to think. Honestly, I'm not completely sure what I had in mind with the kids there. With Flora, Puma, and Raka there. Hmm. Wow. So we have. So if we want to see it early, we got to go to UK and Canada. Hmm. Oh boy, I tell you this stuff is so crazy right now, Zaz. I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready. I'm kind of getting sick of how crazy this stuff is getting. Yeah, like I say, it's not easy. I, you have to try to keep your sanity, but believe me, it is not easy. And inside my mind, I do. In my mind, I'd be really wanting to go crazy sometimes. Just out of the almost want to go yelling like Donald Duck, like yeah, Kobe Virus, get over with. Yeah. Hmm. I guess you could say a little bit of both if they both got tempers. Yeah, we know Mal has a temper and lights up with fire, and CJ being like her mother Tinkerbell, yeah, she'll turn red. Oh yeah. Oh boy. So but yeah, like I say, it's crazy there. So yeah. So that's right. Okay, so I'm done CJ trolling Mal. Now rub the lamp to get King Brownie. Okay. Go. Hi! 10,000 years can give you such a crick in the neck. To watch the SpongeBob movie. Um, Tempting, but to be fair, I probably for me, I would not risk that. It's tempting, but I wouldn't risk just for that, just for a movie there. Yeah, I would just hang tight till it gets over here because like the way I look at it, if they want to make money off of it, they got to bring it here at some point. So they get their money from Canada, so they gonna get our money eventually, and we gonna get our movie. Yeah. So now that so now so where am I at? Where am I at? Right here where okay, the computer. Hmm. So Floor and Rexon went back into the computer room and where he showed him a map of the main computer. As you can see, started Flora now. I have located where the battlesuit is by placing the camouflage hairpin. A tracer in. The use such Eric as the clever tactic indeed. The Rexon. Yes, but how will you capture him in the battle suit? Not to mention reveal to us who he really, really is. Oh, yeah. I guess that's like the first SpongeBob movie. I have that. I do. I have that movie. I yes. I have the SpongeBob movie. So yeah, we can definitely do that, Zach. Now CJ is in. Mm. And the second, yes, I actually have both of them. I got both SpongeBob movies. Yep. The first one and Sponge Out of Water. I actually like Sponge Out of um I like both of them, but I actually like Sponge Out of Water better because of the superhero reference, and also the reference to Antonio Banderas as a pirate. I don't know why they did that, but it's funny. It's yeah, it's funny to think of Captain Zorro. Ah, bug up yards. Okay, so let's see. Well, now that I mentioned that, hmm, obviously, of course. Now I got to. So talking about the girl. Probably more like Mal, I would have to say, since they're one because they're the villains, obviously. And like you mentioned, CJ is kind of in between the two, but Mal is pretty like I love being evil. So yeah, probably more, pretty much. I would compare her more to Mal. Yep. Okay, so now I got to do Burger Beer since we mentioned SpongeBob. Lord, oh yeah, Lord had scanned the area where the tracer signal was coming from and said, according to the tracer's computer, it would appear that the user isn't in the battle suit. So, if we were to attack him now by surprise, he wouldn't be able to stop us in order to protect his secret identity. Of course, once we find him, he won't even know that we will know until it's too late. Impressive, Flora. Well done, said Rexon. I expect nothing better from my little flower, yes. If you succeed in this mission, then your reward will be great. But if you fail, you'll be greatly punished. Understood, said Flora. And now for the credit and secret formula. DJ was taken to him, and that's his. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Mm, yeah, but like I said before, yeah, the girl Flora, she would definitely be more Mal there. And the magician from Frosty the from Frosty the Snowman, played by Danny Derrick. Oh boy. Okay, so all right, the magician from Frosty. I know that one. Now, Professor Hinkle was about the worst magician in the world. Bing, 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 bang, bing, bang. Later that afternoon, Samuel and Brian had finished up the game and won the one basketball. Then, then they rolled their blade over to Brian's house to check out the gadgets that he had been working on. If, as they were going down the road, Samuel tripped on a pothole and fell on the ground, scraping his knees, causing the hairpin tracer to fall out of his hair. Samuel, exclaimed Brandon, stopping and going back to help Samuel upon his feet. You okay, man? That was quite the fall. Yeah, but my mom's going to be upset with me for forgetting my pants and helmet, said Samuel. You forgot your helmet and pants. Silly, silly, sailor, sailor, silly. Naughty little boy, you. Don't talk back to your elders. And no copyright infringement. Oh boy. And say CJ and Carlos on the set of Descendants. Oh yeah, I know where that's going. Okay. All right. Well, well. Oh, you've only seen the first one. Oh, I'm guessing all the others you only know about because of the reviews there. Well, I'll fix that up at my house, said Brian. Maybe she won't notice. Then Brian noticed the hairpin tracer and picked it up, saying, I wonder what girl dropped this. Hopefully a pretty girl, said Samuel. Better hope she has a pretty sister or cousin, said Brian. Then he looked closer at the hairpin and noticed a tracking computer inside. Ah, she's a computer girl. Nice. But Samuel looked at Brian suspiciously and said, a computer girl? Brian showed the computer inside the hairpin to Samuel and said, she must be a genius like me to make this. So why don't we go look for her treat after we treat your needs and check out my stuff? One question, said Samuel. How are we going to find her? And wait a minute. Hey, aren't we on the set for Descendants? How'd you get me here, Sabrina? Sabrina, I'm CJ. No, and why you keep calling me Carlos? I'm Cameron. Oh my god. Mal! I've been spending all this time with Cameron Boyce. Mal. Ooh. She would really turn red there. Huh? Go ahead and say Sabrina from Pokemon turning Cool Cat into a doll. I'm guessing the doll that she I guess the other that they say that Sabrina's true self. I always called that the ghost doll. And just in case y'all haven't seen this video, I put up a video of like what really freaked me out as a kid. It was Mr. Peanut Man scared me when I was like really like 3 or 4 years old because I thought he was in the house. But when I was in middle school, Sabrina scared the heck out of me. And it wasn't just it wasn't just the serious Sabrina, it was the little girl Sabrina because she gave me a nightmare. And well, at this point, the peanut really doesn't really scare me right now. I actually thought that was kind of cute, the peanut baby. Only reading this scared me back then. I was like 3 or 4 back then, though. So, but the thing was, I thought he was in the house, though, and yeah, it just kind of freaked me out back then. But the little Sabrina in one of my dreams back in middle school chased after me in my church, I might add. I was on the and got me cornered by the church financial office where my mom would be at. All of a sudden, 2 of my buddies have me cornered, and she's controlling them, and she lands between my buddies and me, looks at me with her eyes glowing white, and is like, "Now, Gabe, I'm going to kill you." Like, what the? As Brownie say when he saw the furniture in Beauty and the Beast remake that freaked him out. What in the 7 layers of The scene from Nightmare on Elm Street. Ooh, boy, I would imagine that would be scary. Oh boy. I think Will Smith was probably freaked out by that because he made a song, Nightmare on My Street. I bet believe that there's a nightmare on my street. Yeah, he had a whole rap about his encounter with Freddy Krueger, and the rap ended where Freddy Krueger, I guess he must have killed Jazz. Like, ah! Jazz! No, Jeff! Jazz! No! Yeah, yeah, Freddy Krueger was pretty scary there. CJ Bacon point out his younger self. Okay, so all right, so oh, that's right. I did the magician, Daddy Derek. Okay, okay, so Sabrina, then CJ trolling Mal, why Christian Chenoweth? Oh boy. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do both Sabrinas. All right. Suddenly, Puma landed in front of Samuel, and Brian, hitting the ground hard enough to crack the ground and form a hole under them. Brian quickly pushed Samuel out of the way of the hole. There's no need to wait, guys, said a voice nearby. I'll take you to the girl you're looking for. The voice came from Racker, and Samuel and Brian looked up and saw him in a nearby pine tree as he curled up into a ball and jumped down towards them. Brian quickly took out his basketball out of his sport bag and threw it at Racker, knocking him into Puma like so, with a slam hug, because it hit him right on the nose. So, time for us to play. One-on-one, an all-out match. Agreed. Come out, Abra. Kadabra! Alright, now CJ trolling Mal with Kristen Chenoweth. Almost thought to say why at first, but okay, I see now. Yes, 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 that wardrobe was scary, and yeah, actually, both me and Brownie were freaked out by that, by that furniture in the live action version. Ugh. Yes, it almost made me think of Shrek when they had the living furniture from Beauty and the Beast. But see, the thing with Shrek was they are parroting these fairy tales, so it makes sense that the furniture would look the way it did in Shrek because it's supposed to be a parody. But yeah, this is supposed to be an official Beauty and the Beast movie. What? Oh boy. Yeah. So, all right. So we got okay, CJ and Mal. Okay. Then Brian quickly put the basketball back in the bag and helped Samuel onto his back and said, "Come on, Samuel, let's get out of here." Squeak! And then he bladed away. "You won't get away that easily," shouted Puma as he and Racker got up and curled up into balls and rolled after Samuel and Brian. Brian looked back and noticed them gaining on him and said, "Samuel, how can you know, Sam?" Samuel then noticed the street light pole up ahead and said to grab the pole, swing, and we'll double kick the boat. "What about your knees?" said Brian. "I'll be fine." Squeak! Stealing candy now. How disappointing. Get back to dreadful creature. CJ! Dishonor on you, CJ, but bringing that horrible excuse for an actress playing my mother. And the fact that you even brought my mother up in this to begin with. Dishonor on my mama. Whoa, okay, Mel. Well, what you expect? What you expect? I'm a badass. Mm, I think it. Oh boy. All right. That, that was pretty terrifying. Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. So we got a voice on here for for Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. So then, on the Jackie Chan Adventures, of course. So then, who? Say Brownie sending the wardrobe of dishonor camp. Oh boy. Alright. Well, first I'm gonna do Jackie Chan, then I'll have Brownie give dishonor. But Puma and Rocco jumped out of the cactus, running around in circles, screaming in pain from the needles that they were covered in. Brian and Samuel laughed until an electric eel popped up, captured Brian and Samuel, and shocked them until they passed out. And then the cape, but then the neck came from Floor, who was standing on a streetlight pole and had pole Brian had swung around, and Floor slid down in the pole and noticed Puma and Raka running smack into each other and falling out. I'm sorry, I'll return it later, but thank you! Okay, and now for Brownie to send the wardrobe to dishonor camp. Alright. Here we are. Alright. I'm surrounded by idiots! Yeah, that's how I felt watching all that furniture. She said taking out her scanner and scanning Brian with and Samuel with it. The scanner lit up word found, and when it scanned Brian, she said, "Oh, so you changed your hair so I wouldn't find you." Then she removed the net and said to Puma and Raka, who had gotten up, "Grab this one and let's jet." And you know what? I declared this honor on that furniture. It was freaking creepy! Like the 7 layers of hell! And yes, I did say that, but I'm referring to the place hell, though. Yeah, you know, the actual place. Oh boy, he really wanted to say that in the video, though. 7, almost like Timon in the Lion King when he was like, "Geez, why do I always have to save your?" Ah! You know what he wanted to say. Let's say Mal giving. Oh, we love giving these wedgies, don't we? This must be like a daily thing for Mal. What does Mal have, like a planner of these evil things to do, like Garfield's book of things to do? I believe in letting the fates guide my life. Let's see what's in my schedule. Let's see. 10 o'clock, I have to troll CJ. 11 o'clock, I have to troll Uma. Here we are, 12 o'clock, lunchtime. And 1 o'clock, I'm going to do some wedgies. Right before I implement my evil plan, too. So, she tossed Brian and Puma and flew off on her jetpack. Puma caught Brian just as he and Raka flew off on their jetpacks, and Samuel became conscious, saw them, and took Brian's basketball and threw it at them. The ball hit Racker's jetpack and knocked it offline, which caused them to crash back into the cactus plant again. Ow! And Puma turned to aid Racker as he began jumping and screaming like crazy. But then Flora motioned for him to come on, say, "Leave him. The kid won't stop us, even if Racker does spill the beans, because we got the Starman Project right here." And with that, Flora and Puma flew off. Ow! Dang you, Mal! Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Oh boy. I can't wait for that third movie to come out. What? Yes, that's what Timon wanted to say. That's what he wanted to say, but they cut him off by having him scream. Yeah, I look back on that. I was like, oh, he wanted to say that word. All right, so I can't believe they I can't believe they ditched me like that, said Racker after getting the needles off of himself, and Samuel then grabbed Racker by his shirt and whammed him against the streetlight pole and said in a very firm and angry voice, "Tell me where did they take him, or else I'll shove you into that cactus plant until you tell me." "I don't think so," said the kid. "I don't think so, kid," said Racker. He wrapped his tail around Samuel's scarred knee and squeezed him until Samuel let him go. And then Racker punched Samuel into the ground and said, "You're pretty tough, buddy, but not tough enough." Just as Racker was about to grab Samuel, Samuel quickly grabbed a nearby rock on the ground and threw it at Racker, knocking him out cold. Then Racker changed back into his human form as Zack. Samuel then contacted Lee on his Star Watch. "Dad, meet me at the headquarters." Right? And there we have. And now they're all. Now Puma and Flora are flying off with Brian there. Oh boy. Oh wait, what are you doing here? Um. Oh boy. Huh. So now we're in the seventh chapter. We are solving the case with the seventh chapter here. Huh. Oh yeah. Huh. Let's see. Crunk using a potion on Yzma to make her do a cool cat impersonation. And CJ talking to her daddy. Captain Hook, no doubt. All right, let's do Crunk first here. But Brian woke up finding himself tied up in chains to a tree in the woods by Cattle Lake. Flora and Rexon approached them. "Whoa!" said Brian in shock at Rexon. "I never thought I'd see a Tyrannosaurus Rex in a suit." "Well, if you want to see anything in your bratty little life," said Rexon, "then you tell us where you hid the Starman Project." Yes! "And the Starman Project?" asked Brian, confused. "What are you talking about?" Rexon then got up in Brian's face and shouted, "Don't play dumb! Don't play dumb with me, kid. You know very well what I'm talking about. Now answer me." What in the world is happening? As Rexon was talking, spit came right out of his mouth, and what did Brian coughed and a bit, and then also he whiffed of Rexon's sticky breath. I got a whiff of it and shouted back, "I don't know what it is, but would it kill you to eat a pack of breath mints? Seriously, man, your breath smells like pickle juice and dog poop. I've had enough of your games." Oh boy. pickle juice and dog poop. And I you will never get cool cat. You will never get the cool cat lore, Yzma. Cool cat is cool, just like Daddy Derek says. And then we got CJ talking to her dad. "Exquisite!" "See, first," said Flora, tapping Rex on. "Sir," said Flora, tapping Rex on the shoulder. He turned around and faced Flora, and she continued, "Let me try it alone." Rexon thought for a moment and sighed and said, "Very well, my tiny little Flora, but don't take too long." "Don't worry," said Flora. Meanwhile, at the PTB agency, they interrogated Zack for information on where Brian was and why he was being held hostage and why. "But I ain't telling you anything, cue ball," said Zack. Listen, young man, said Lee very formally. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. So as you, so there's Rexon yelling at Brian, and his breath is stinky. So, unlike mine. And then you got Agent Lee trying to get information out of Zach, aka Racker. Okay. Oh, Karai, Shredder's daughter. Yep. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Dun, 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 dun. That's referring to the girl in this book. Not per se. Not per se because I never. Yeah. Okay. No, because after this book, you don't. After this book right here, you don't really hear from Flora. There is one other book later where Samuel mentions about her, but you don't ever see her again. I did have a plan to bring her back as the leader of what was called the Nightmare Clan. It was supposed to be like somewhere between book 11 to 20, but I never did get that far. So, well, at the end of this, well, oh wait, I can't. Well, I can't spoil what happened in the book, but she will come out. I mean, she won't die or nothing like that. But, but yeah, I only got to book 12 of this series before I went to the comics. But my original plan before then was for her to be a Nightmare Clan leader, sort of like similar to the Legion of Doom and Justice League, kind of. So, yeah. Okay, so all right, so we got Karai and Michelangelo giving dishonor to Mega Fox. Okay, so Karai. I prefer it the hard way, said Zack. Then Zack jumped Lee, and Lee quickly knocked him off onto the floor. Then Lee said, trust me, kid, the hard way is not the way you want to go with me. You think I'm scared of you, old man? Shouted Zack, getting up. Then Zack tried to punch and kick Lee, but Lee dodged each one. Eventually, he grabbed one of Zack's legs and slammed him onto the wall, holding him upside down, saying, how about now? Go ahead, buddy, said Zack, coughing a bit, blood rushing to his head. My folks already got Star-Striker anyway, and there's nothing you can do about it. He coughed some more and laughed as Lee turned him right side up and dropped him onto the floor. And now Michelangelo. I am called Karai. I am his daughter. Kurt. Right. Kurt, we come to pick up the kid for an analysis, said Lee on his communicator. After Kurt, in, after Kurt entered to take Zack to the lab, Lee went out of the control room where Samuel after was waiting after getting his knees bandaged up. Well, okay. Well, what did you find out? Asked Samuel. Lee sighed and said apparently the reason Brian was taken is because whoever did this was working with this kid was working with thinks that Brian has the Starman project. Samuel was shocked. Why would they think that? You got me. He looked at Samuel suspiciously. You two haven't been discussing the Project Starman, have you? And dishonor on you, Megan Fox, for playing April. You don't really seem that much like April, so dishonor on you. But by the way, I know I had to declare dishonor on you and all that, but but April and I, you gotta look a little hot. Uh, we will find you. We'll find, yes, we'll find you. It's the CJ meeting Karai, and they're getting along. Well, that's an interesting meetup, right? Well, Samuel, this is exactly what I told you about this morning. Hey, I didn't tell Brian, okay, that I was Starstriker. And even if I did, why did he capture him instead of me? Lee thought for a minute, and so did Samuel. Samuel thought back to his fight with Racker and Pullman in the alley area where he was Starstriker, and the flashback and the flashback began. Oh, and apparently the flashback just is just pretty much a copy paste of an earlier scene in a chapter. So it's the Flora's hairpin tracer here. That's what they are getting at there, right? And when the flashback ended, as Samuel said to Lee, I think I know why they captured Brian. Then we must go find him quick. And so now we're in chapter 8. What are we beginning with? Yzma getting back at but getting back at Krunk by turning him into a turtle from You Wish You Were a Turtle Christmas. Turtle. Oh boy. And then you got CJ and Carlos escaping now. Okay, so alright, first up, Yzma. Laura took Brian inside the house and baked him some tasty but fancy like strawberry cupcakes and vanilla crumble from her easy bake oven. Also, she had an uneaten box of fancy chocolate crème cookie puffs. Brian was captivated by the sweet treats laid out on the table, and at the same time kind of confused with the kind gesture. All this is for me? He asked. Laura giggled and got real close to Brian, batting her eyes even more. Why, of course, you silly little cutie pie. Brian blushed a bit and said nervously, thanks. Laura, I'm like a beautiful flower that lands in your soft hair, Laura said, running through her hair to her fingers to Brian's hair. So what's your name? Brian felt relaxed and Brian Robinson. And that's all the snacks and everything. Got the cupcake, the vanilla creme brulee, and chocolate cookie puffs. We shall find out if she's trying to poison him. And as for you, Krunk, you are now a turtle. And now Krunk's gonna. So now I guess Krunk has to do Turtle Christmas. well, then Brian, sweetie, then we better start enjoying these dishes and hors d'oeuvres. Wait a minute. Taking a napping right now because she was kind of worn out from work there. Yeah, she was pretty worn out. If y'all notice in some of the previous ones, yeah, she kind of had shift kind of took a toll, especially doing click lists. Yeah, had to be trying to get all those customers their deliveries. Yeah. And Brian snapped to attention and exclaimed, wait a second for my buddy, and I attacked. Hey, by a sumo pig and a rat boy. Then your stinky breath Tyrannosaurus guy. Who's all in my face now? You make me all a did. Expect me to eat it and forget everything. What did you do? Put poison in this stuff. That was just mean, Yzma. Okay, so now you got CJ and Carlos escaping Mal and then mimicking Yzma. It's the CJ show. And apparently Carlos. So Flora took a bite of one of the cupcakes and said, now why would I do that? Then she held up the other end of the cupcake for Brian to take a bite. Do you still think it's poison since I took a bite of it? Meanwhile, back at the BTB agency headquarters, Samuel told Lee about the hairpin. So let me get this straight, started Lee. After you were knocked unconscious by the laser blast, you started to come to and notice the hairpin tracer in your hair. Then it fell out when you tripped on your rollerblade. Brian saw it, picked it up, showed it to you, and then they showed up and attacked you afterwards and captured Brian, thinking he had the Project Starman. Correct, said Samuel. And then CJ imitates Yzma. Well, Lee, in frustration said, I told your mother that letting your hair grow out like that was a bad idea. But she wouldn't listen to me. She was too busy telling her friends how cute it looked on you. Samuel placed his hands on his hair and exclaimed, Hey, I'll just remember to check my hair more regularly. There's no need to cut it. And as you can see, there's Flora showing Brian that the food is not poison. Eat with me. And then, of course, you have Lee making the comment about Samuel's hair. They're like wondering why in the world couldn't we just cut his hair? But if we cut Samuel's hair, he won't have the trademark Star Striker hair. Oh boy. And now, Peter B. Parker from the Spider-Verse. Love that movie. That was a good movie. Similar with Malin being with the... Yeah, oh yeah, because it's sort of like the... I don't know if your scene is the same, but it's all... But yeah, Descendants had that thing with the cookies there, spelled them so he would fall in love with her. Did I mention that I'm in love with you? My love for you is ridiculous. All right, so Peter B. Parker from the Spider-Verse. Don't worry about that now, son, said Lee, sitting up at the main computer. Since that hairpin was really a tracer, I'm going to use the computer's hyper hacking program to scan all the computers in the area to bring up all the data. After a while of scanning, the computer eventually brought up a file on a man named Devon Carson. Lee recognized it and said, I know that guy. Who is he? Asked Samuel. Lee then read the file. He was a surgeon in Casper, Wyoming. However, after a few years of practice, he was under arrest for endangering a child in an open heart surgery. He escaped the local authorities, and no one heard from him at all. Then, years later, he was found in Hot Springs, Arkansas, by the police. They caught him and put him in prison for using children to perform robberies and other crimes. Oh boy, it's almost like the Penguin using birds to commit crimes. And let's see what we got here. Ben is a... Oh, yeah. Yeah, they... unlike the kid movie, yeah, he actually probably would be suspicious. This guy is Tom Holland, Spider-Man mentoring Miles Morales. Okay. This guy's got Devon Carson here. This is the guy that is also the T-Rex. Yeah. Oh yeah. Close that out there. All right, so go. Are you trying to say Giovanni? Are you trying to spell Giovanni? Go Bane. Oh boy. The bu- Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah, he's the boss of those kids there, but hmm. No, don't know about that character though. Oh, I mean, unless you comparing him to Giovanni, eh, I guess. Oh, maybe Giovanni if he was bald there. Okay, so Tom Holland mentoring Miles Morale. So Samuel thought and said, "Well, what if he hope the kid?" Well, it's a possibility that they would have if I had kept the series going there. But like I said, this is kind of this when I was writing the series back in 2011. This book was the only time that I actually made mention of the kids. So and also as for the kids, the other kids that they mentioned he used off screen, yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably did. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, excuse me. So Samuel thought and said, "What if he's using those kids to attack the burger port and also Brian and I? It has to be it," said Lee. "According to the computer analysis, that hairpin tracer was made by him, and since those kids were taking the splicing serum, it can only mean that Anthony Westwood is helping them." Then Lee had the computer search for where the hairpin tracer was, and area found, said the computer. Address 5976 Lagoon Drive in Shreveport. Lee got up and headed for the front door. "All right, Samuel, let's move out." "Wait, Dad," said Samuel. "I know we could get some equipment for our mission, but..." As Samuel passed Lee, he looked at him suspiciously and asked, "But what?" And as Miles Morales said to Gwen, "Hey." And now Mal meeting the Shredder. A little tease for Brownie reaction of the villain from. Oh, I remember. Okay, I remember who you're talking about. The guy that was that had those evil Pokeballs. Yeah, made the Pokemon evil. He was after Celebi and all that. Yeah. I've looked at that movie, especially after I saw Linkara's review of it there. All right, so Mal meeting the Shredder. Oh, yes, indeed. Sam, so Samuel sighed and said, "We're going to have to tell Brian and his family everything, including that I am Star Striker." "No, son," said Lee. "But Dad, Samuel Lee Princeton, you listen to me. Brian is already in danger because of misunderstanding in this situation. Do you really want to cause more danger by holding him responsible for keeping all this a secret?" Well, if that's the case, then his equipment won't be of any use to us at all. What are you talking about? Brian's built special gadgets similar to what we use here at the headquarters for the battle suit and the supplies from his parents' lab. Also, he said he wanted to be a partner for Star Striker as a superhero as well. Samuel paused and then he continued. "I know I can't expose my identity to everyone, but I think we can make an exception in this case. Two heads are better than one. Although there are some cases where I would prefer, although it depends on who those two heads are. Bebop and Rocksteady." All right. Now we're continuing chapter 9, A Surprising Rescue, with the villain from Pokemon Forever. So Brian started to feel relaxed Flora as Flora fed all of the different sweet treats she put together, played games, and even watched the movie. After the movie, they began to talk in the living room. Flora continued using her sweet, charming attitude. So what's up with the Tyrannosaurus Rex guy? Asked Brian. Well, he's my foster dad, said Flora. Whoa, girl. How can a girl like you have a daddy like that? Said Brian. When he wants something really bad, he gets that way, said Flora. So what's up with the Starman project you keep asking me about? He wants the battle suit you wear as Star Striker. What? Me? Star Striker? I understand your identity is to be kept a secret. But don't worry, I won't tell. Oh boy. The iron. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember they did call him that. And there was something they called him in the Japanese version. I think Vicious. It's a Vicious! Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was probably spelled. It sounded like vicious, but it probably was spelled a little differently from how we spell vicious here. Know how it is with Japan there, like, sort of like that scene in Rush Hour, like, which actually that was China, but like, okay, hey, what's your name? I am you. No, not me. You. I am you. No, forget you. Okay, what's your name? I am me. What? Yes, he is me, and I am you. I'm about to be all upside your head right now. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth right now? Oh boy. Ah, so Spider-Man is gonna be a Pokemon trainer now. Oh boy. Okay. So Brian laughed. So Brian, so Brian laughed. So you're telling me this whole thing is because you think I'm Star Striker? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not the one you're looking for. That does it, said Rexon. I'm coming in. I believe playtime is over. Dad, not yet, said Flora, approaching Rexon. You've had your chance and your fun, said Rexon, shoving Flora out of the way. Hey, don't shove her like that, said, said Rex, said Brian, getting in front of Rexon. Rexon picked up Brian by his shirt and said angrily, tell us where you hid the Starman project now, or I'll claw the answer out of you. I told you already I don't know, said Brian. Have it your way, said Rexon, raising his hand to slash Brian. Kind of hard to combine those two voices together. Not exactly my best combo work there on Ash and Tom Holland, but there you go. Okay, see what I got over here. Aladdin singing the One Jump song. Dun 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 dun. Devon Carson shouted with a loud voice. Shouted a voice outside. This is the police. We have the place surrounded. Come out with your hands up now. Devon Carson was Rexon's original name, and he was in shock and said, how did the police find me here? Then Rex, son thought, looked at Brian and squeezed his neck, choking him. You did this so I wouldn't get the Starman project. Then Rexon threw him into a nearby coffee table, causing it to break. After Rexon tossed Flora with a laser blaster, called for Puma and sent for a Puma. Make sure the boys don't escape and I'll deal with the cops. Right, said Puma, and Flora. Rexon stormed out the front door outside and didn't see the police. He stepped a little bit further, looked around, and then he said, If this is a joke, I'm not amused. Well done. The joke's on you now. Said a voice from outside. Rexon then looked around and said, and the voice said, up in here. Rexon looked up. Oh, the voice said, saw where the voice said came from. It was Starstrike Girl with a bullhorn, making his voice sound like a cop. Rexon was very shocked and angry, and said, "That's impossible. We just captured you. You're not the only one who can make a special getaway. Here we go," said Star as he threw out one of Orion's capture rings at Rexon. "All they gotta do is jump!" I just went through most of this. Now I did my own theme song takeover. That Star calling out Rexon out of the house. Yep. King Neptune for SpongeBob. Oh boy. I gotta tell you, you know who King Neptune, the way they did King Neptune and SpongeBob because he was bald or thinning, he made me think of Homer Simpson as Neptune. And just imagine if they got Dan Castaneda to play King Neptune. Once the ring captured Rexon, it gave him an electric shock, making him scream loudly as it paralyzed him. After that, he blacked out and fell to the ground. Puma and Flora heard Rexon. Puma grabbed Brian and ran out with Flora quickly to aid Rexon. Star threw a couple of star spinners on each side of them. But Puma and Flora looked up and saw Star just as the star spinners exploded, causing the ground under them and Rexon to break apart, forming a hole that they all fell in. However, Star, Star quickly flew down, caught Brian, and flew into the house and all the way to the attic and landed. You're welcome. Don't. Well, thanks a lot now, Star, said Brian. No problem. Said Star, I have something for you. Then Star took out a special target ring, like this from his utility pants. What's this for? Asked Brian. You're going to help me out against those bad guys, said Star, as my partner. You're serious? Yep. And this is the target transformation disc, which would change you into a special battle suit equipped with all your gadgets. Brian took out the target disc and exclaimed, "Wow! Wait till Samuel hears about this!" About that, D-Star transformation activate. Star pressed the switch on the star belt, went through the D-transformation, becoming Samuel. Brian was in shock. You were Star Striker the whole time? Don't! And as you can see, there's Samuel with himself unmasked to Brian. Hey, Marge, what would you say if I was a superhero and unmasked myself to you?
Well, I guess it would. Well, Homer, I guess it would depend on what superhero you are then.
Well, what if I were Superman?
Technically, he wears glasses when he's Clark Kent. That really wouldn't count.
Don't! And now, since I did Homer, I gotta do Marge.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I was going to tell you earlier today, but my dad didn't think it was a good idea. So Brian thought for a moment and said, "Hey, don't sweat it, man. You were just going by the old superhero code of secret identity. At least now I know who you are. We're about to be a superhero duo, and let's kick some bad guy butt!" exclaimed Samuel. And then he said, "Into his star transformation activate," and became Star Striker again. Brian looked up at the target disc, asking, "How does this work?" And Star started explaining to Brian about the target disc.
Right. All right. We're in the last two chapters as of now. Well, actually, last third of last three actually. Okay. So we're almost done. Okay. I think I'll do Bart Simpson this time. We're gonna go through the whole Simpsons. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, sweet, sweet man, that's pretty cool. I know one celebrity I actually met. I actually met Bernie Mac in person. When he came down here to Shreveport, and they were shooting the last scene of a movie he was in called Soul Man. That was the last movie he did before he died. God rest his soul. But I actually got to see him in person before he died, though. But he did. That was a strange thing. He didn't look like anything was wrong with him, but they say he got sick at some point after they finished the production of the movie and just left. So, but the cool thing was, I was like, but the cool thing, I went over there while they were doing light check, and I snuck away from the studio crew, and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Mac," and he looked up at me and said, "Hey." So that was my encounter with Bernie Mac. All right, so oh, Scooby, come back over here, Brownie.
Oh boy.
Gotta do Scooby, just like for Scooby
So, enter target.
Oh, Flora, Booba, Rexon flew out of the hole with their jetpacks and raced inside the house. Looking around, Rexon slapped Booba and Flora with his tail. You two have failed me greatly, he exclaimed. First of all, you were easily defeated by this kid who used the Starman project. Secondly, you managed to capture him, but ended up catching the wrong one. Well, finally, because of those first two mistakes, now the kids escape. Actually, said Star Striker, coming from downstairs, I'm right here, Fossilhead. Rex. Ruby Doo! Star Striker! Scooby Dooby Dooby Doo! Oh boy. That never gets old. And then, they do that classic laugh. Dun, 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 dun. And like now I gotta do Shaggy again. Like Zoinks! Rexon growled very angrily and said to Puma and Flora, if you wish to redeem yourself, you gotta get that kid in the Project Starman now. And him, said Star. My name is Star Striker because I strike like a star. And Star blasted Rexon out of the house with his star laser. As Puma and Flora started their battle upstairs with Star, Rexon noticed a red light from the attic on the attic window and said to himself, it would appear that our hero is not alone here. Yes, and he flew up to the attic, breaking through the window and looking around. Looking for me, said a voice. Who's there? Huh. Almost sounds like I heard the heater. Okay, so Yzma turning into a werepoodle. Oh boy. So, alright. As Puma and Flora, oh, that's what Yzma. Okay, sorry.
Suddenly, as he was knocked into the wall by a target boomer that exploded once he hit the floor in front of him. Then he looked up where the target boomer was, and the voice came from. It was Brian, but he was wearing a battle suit similar to Star's. But his appearance was different. It was all It was black all over, with the red target symbol on the shirt, gloves, boots, and a belt center. It also came with a red mask and cape. Brian then took on a new name for his identity, saying, "My name is Target, and I'm right on target." Woof, woof, woof. Is that so, kid? Said Rexon, geeking up. Well then, Target, prepare yourself to be eliminated. Yeah! Woof, woof. Stop it! And then Rexon took out two laser blasters and started firing them at Target. Target quickly woof, held up his hand and woof, and made a target shield form out of the target symbol on his hand. Shielded the laser blasters. Woof! I can't. That shield won't hold forever, said Rexon. Woof! It doesn't have to, said Target. As he fired woof, a shield woof, and Rexon would knock the woof blasters out of his woof hand. Woof, 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 woof. No! I'm a werewolf! Crank!
And as you can see, there's Target, his first appearance. And he just knocked him out with one of his target spinners. Oh boy. Yeah, me. Let's try to wrap this up here. Alright. I'll do it. Okay, now for Cusco. Clever, quite clever. Yeah, said Rexon. And Target Rexon. And Rexon began their battle. Meanwhile, downstairs in the living room, Puma got into a ball shape and rolled after Star. Eventually, Star flew up. You can't catch me here, but I can, said Flora, blasting Star into the kitchen with her laser blaster. Then she used an net launcher to fire like an electric net at Star, which captured him. After Puma and her entered the kitchen, she said, "Well, at least we got the right one this time." Star tried to fly out using his star boost, but the net shocked him worse than the last time. It damaged the suit's computer system. Flora laughed and said, "It's all over, Star Striker. Too bad we have to destroy a cutie pie like you. But oh well." Uh-huh. 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 Happy Crumpsgiving. I guess that's what they'll call it, Thanksgiving at Crump's house. Happy Crumpsgiving. Good time. Good time. Excuse me. How about that? Oh yeah, right here. And now do Uncle Scrooge. Right. Just then, Rexon crashed through the ceiling into the kitchen and landed between the plasma cannon that was aimed at Star. Laura and Puma looked up at the hole in the ceiling made from the crash and saw Target fly in. "Goodbye," said Target. "Why leave so soon? The party's just getting started." Then Target fired another target boomer at the plasma cannon, blowing it up, causing Flora and Puma to crash into the wall. Then Target took out a target crusher and cut the electric net to get Star out, saying, "Are you okay?" He groaned a bit from all the electricity that had shocked him earlier. "Yes, I think so." "Hold it right there, you two," said Flora, while Puma and her were both holding a laser blaster. Aimed at Star and Target. Then, in a rather demanding voice, Flora said, "Surrender now, both of your battle suits. And one false move and you're doomed." "Forget it," said Target. "So be it," said Flora. Rexon knew what Target was planning. "Wait, you fools! Blast me bagpipes! Our sea monster ate my ice cream!" There we go. now I done Scrooge mixed up. Hmm.
Now I got to do and do. What's this? W called D-E-W. Do we do? Now hit me with the saxophone, the rapper. Well, it was too late. The laser blasters were fired, and Target quickly used the target shield to block the blast and knock the laser blasters out of their hands. However, the blasters continued firing at the roof, and eventually caused the house to cave in. Rexon fled the kitchen into the living room. Wait for us, Dad, said Puma and Flora, running after him. And just then, the ceiling in the living room came down on Rexon before Flora and Puma could get out. Target threw another target boomer at the wall and began from the living room entrance and exploded, making a small exit. This way, you guys, said Target, picking up Star. It's the only way out. Like, we're going to listen to two goody two-shoes like you, said Puma, getting into a ball. He quickly rolls Star and Target, knocking them out of the house, and then said, "Suckers, expecting us to fall for a trap like theirs? I guess I showed them." And then the angry cool cat. Then some of the rubbish had fell in front of the exit hole. Target made trapping Puma and Flora inside. Flora grabbed Puma by the neck and screamed, You stupid pig! Now this house will cave in on us! Thanks to you! With that, the house completely caved in! Leave us alone right now!
Hard on that boys there. Okay, sorry. And now for Daddy Derek. Well, come on, Star. They may be bad guys, but we can't leave them like under that rubbish. The two heroes dug out the rubbish as quickly as they could and found Flora and Puma, who had changed back into Gilbert. Star checked on them and noticed that they were still breathing and unconscious. And Star said to Target, "These two seem okay, but let's see if we can still find just as the earth shook as Rexon began to burst free from under the rubbish, roaring loudly with a Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's okay," said Target, "but he doesn't look too happy." Then Rexon ripped his clothes and began to grow in height, and his whole body changed into a Tyrannosaurus Rex over 15 feet tall, just like with Sia, said Star. Rexon laughed evilly, saying it was time to destroy these little roaches. Derek's best evil laugh. And what we got next? A little reference to okay, from Bob, some of the stuff that he suggested in Bob Shaw's stream. Okay, let me see. I got, excuse me. Some I don't have, but there's quite a few I do have written down of those. Get that page to turn. Okay. Got one of the suggestions is I actually didn't get to ask Dr. Robotnik. Okay. All right. And then of course there was one other that I actually asked him, I don't know if he got to it or not. So, okay, but first, Dr. Robotnik. Yeah. And with that, the house caved in. Right. Oh, that's right. Oh, gotta turn the page. And this is the dinosaur, right? That's him in his full T-Rex form there. And now for the dynamic showdown. It's the finale fight. Uh-huh. Rexon raised his foot up and stomped the ground. It stomped on the ground really hard, causing a small earthquake and a hole to form under Star, targeting Gilbert and Flora. As they were falling down, Target quickly grabbed Flora, while Star grabbed Gilbert, and the duo placed them on their backs when Target started to fly up a little bit. And then the one from the current movie, he noticed that Star's star boots were malfunctioning due to the electrical net earlier. So Target flew back down, grabbed Star, and placed Target's saucer up under Star to help him fly. Rexon looked in frustration as Star and Target flew out of the hole, and then Target asked Rexon, "Hey, do you even care about your comrades that we're holding here?" Rexon laughed and said, "You foolish children. Those pathetic rats are nothing to me. But pawns to me. They'll lead me to you." They, well, upon this, said Target, firing a target boomerang at Rexon. And let's see, now we have Agent Stone from Sonic the Hedgehog. Hmm. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like Sonic's version of James Bond, huh? Oh, let's see, I might have pulled that off there. Hmm. He said, oh, I went down too far in my reading. Okay. So, the book, Agent Stone. Okay. The boomer. The boomer hit Rexon and exploded. But oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. Rexon looked in frustration as oh, I got an idea. Got it. Eventually Rexon broke the target capture that and charged at target, but he now flew up, avoiding the attack. Avoiding the attack and everything, and quickly fired rapid target boomers at the ground. "Your aiming is poor," said Rexon. Actually, started Target as the multiple explosions. Okay, this thing will pop up. What is this thing on my screen? Now back to the reading. It's right on target. Well, Rexon fell into the hole, and Target quickly fired more target boomers at the ground to make the rubbish fall down and cave in Rexon just to see it. Just like Star Trek did. I've done the same thing that you done to Fossil Breath. Just then, Rexon burst out the rubbish and jumped up, and jumped out of the hole. Unlike the snakes, but unlike the snakes, I'm not the only. I'm not that easily defeated, you little ring brat. Mm. That character kind of gave it his own little flavor. I ain't gonna lie. He was definitely sitting like the cartoon. All right. And now we have Michael Cow, Barney knockoff. Rexon fell in the hole. Hitting an underground water plate. At the impact of Rexon's falling across the pipe. The burst in the stream, and the water shout. Hint, hint. Water shout. Rexon fell back into the hole, hitting it. Oh, that's right. I'm reading a regular voice. Let's see. Okay, he's gonna read good old Scar singing and then get angry. Rexon, chuckled Lee. I think not, you little bullseye. As matter of fact, I think. And then it's a time to wash my troubles. Oh no! Then the Rexon placed his toe and butt on the water, breaking it. But obviously, the fire directly at the fire directly at a temporary blinding him during his blindness. Rexon quickly jumped up in the air and grabbed Target in his mouth and ran outside the bus and said to him, "What? Hey, a ring, a ring rat, and his little battle suit are not my first meal choice, but beggars can't be choosers. Yes." Oh boy. And and let's see, got the bard. I mean the old scarf something. But now I can do Jafar though. Target struggled to keep Rexon from biting him by using his legs and feet to hold his mouth open. Well, Scalebreath, perhaps you should always read the fine comment. Read the contents of the foods you eat before you eat them. Then Target cut. Then Target took out a target cutter and stabbed the roof of Rexon's mouth, causing him to roar in pain. At the same time, Lance released the target. The target flew away, out. They flew out and fired the target catcher which attached the main power, and around Rexon's tongue, severely shocking him. The target had two more target rings around his leg. The triple shock impact, the impact, Rexon fell to the ground, causing fell in the hole, causing more water pipe to burst and spray electronically all over the water. And then all over the water. And I almost lost my place. Water combined and causing his skeleton to flash off like an X-ray on and off. After a while, the shocking stopped, and Rexon fainted, changing back into his human form as Devon Carter. The target got on his communicator and said to Star, "Yo, Star, the dino is officially extinct." And as you can see, that's the target trying to keep from getting eaten there. And then just wailing on him with target rings there. So the final suggestion, oh my goodness, Brock is Derek Savage. All right. All right, for the final chapter here, the features of the target battle suit. Well, that night, after the BTB agents had captured Devon and joined with Lee, Lisa, and Target and Brian at the BTB agency headquarters conference room. They met up with Brian's parents, Derek and Deborah Robinson, and the agents of the agency, known as the Hunters Agency, explained the features of the target's battle suit. Now, in addition to it, the additions of the Star battle suit. First of all, Target's weapons and gadgets, like his target catchers, boomers, shields, saucers, and cutters, were all in the form of target symbol-shaped discs that would come out of the target marked on his blood. Weapons and gadgets could increase or decrease size depending on which came out, all due to a special camera in his mask. It will read your mind and in Say by blending you with your surroundings. Exquisite. Mm. Yes, to say, Brock is this. I guess Derek is like, oh, that was fantastic, Brock. Good job. Good job. Right. Let's see. We got now we're gonna Jafar laughing, then he goes crazy. Then he gets angry. I mean, sorry. Like Star Target suit, Cave and are resisted the most destructive forces, and there was a matter of the activation, deactivation, the battle suit. However, Brian would say, target transformation activate, and after that, okay, Brian's watch would glow like Sammy was. Sammy looked at his star watch. I will open target transformation and will open the target transformation disc and shoot out to catch and hold him in the sky. And I took this logo off the water bottle. I took the logo off this bottle because I don't want any trouble. Ignorant of the law is wrong. Well, then Brian would be transported to the secret target transformation chamber located in the BTP agency headquarters. After that, Brian would release the target transformation disc and it would become multiple target symbols in the backyard and around him, scanning and materializing the battlesuit, changing him into target. And as with the activation, be the same in the process, but in reverse. And let's see. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I forgot he was laughing. Okay. Right. And then he gets angry. as as for the additions of the Star battle suits, now we have the Star Saucer shield and inspired toys. And and inspired by his toy sword, the Star Sword, like look like a small hilt with three star-shaped crowns. Guard and no guard, and they invaded. Oh no, they with a star-shaped. I lost my place right again. And the Star Sword looked like a small hilt with a star-shaped crossguard and no blade at first, but by Star shouting out "Star Sword Battle Blade out," it would appear. And as you can see, you got the different target gadgets that's being mentioned in here, and Target himself. And extend its sharp steel blade and say "Star Sword Battle Blade in." It would go back in the hill when Star was not in use. It would be stored inside Star's utility pants. And now for the final voice, the final little passage and voice. I guess we're gonna go with Iago. Oh boy. Right? Target still address with a target bow, also stored in the gloves of the other weapon to fire out arrows because that could either pin the target's flow of contact or fire out nets and rope launchers. Together, they with their weapons and powers. The Star Striker and Target will now be an unstoppable duo in crime fighting. Right, so that's the end of that book. And as you could probably tell, getting close and almost losing my place a few times, I am ready to call it a night. But I'll be up bright and early tomorrow to work on Cyber Chase, and I'll be having that up tomorrow night. So look out tomorrow night for Scooby Doo Cyber Chase. So for now, I'll see you guys later. Take care.